Hello and welcome. Thank you for joining us on Business Incorporated, coming to you live from Lagos, Nigeria. I'm Chimeze Obi Iwago. On the program today, Tanzania's president orders tighter FX controls and bank crackdown as economic growth slows. Namibia's economic recession deepens in third quarter. Plus, Africa-focused mine alumni and precious metal group Simbaye Stillwater to cut more than 12,000 jobs in 3 years after takeover deal. We'll start off this program with the markets, and here on the African continent, the bears have continued to drag down the all-share index at the Nigerian Stock Exchange. The intraday, the index was down 0.79%, no thanks to Dangote Cement, Flour Mill and Dangote Sugar. South Africa's JSE index and Egypt were in the green, 0.37 and 0.61% in that order. Nairobi, however, closed in the red on Wednesday, 1.06%. In the Middle East, the stock markets were mostly soft at intraday, with the Saudi Arabian bourse taking little encouragement from the government's announcement of a 72 billion real stimulus package. King Salman issued a royal decree approving 72 billion reals worth of measures to stimulate growth in the private sector next year. The Saudi stock index edged down 0.09%, with utility Saudi electricity, which had plunged 9.9% on Wednesday, falling a further 6.9%. The Dubai index fell 1.43% as Emma Properties, which had dropped 6.2% on Wednesday on news of a smaller than expected special dividend for shareholders, lost a further 0.4%. In Abu Dhabi, ADNOC distribution edged down 0.4% to 2.64 dirhams. It traded for the first time on Wednesday after an initial public offer at 2.50 dirhams per share. The Abu Dhabi index slipped 1.03%. Qatar was, however, up 0.06%. Industries Qatar slid 2.1%, and Qatar General Insurance and Reinsurance plunged 9.1% in thin trade after the company said it was exiting Dubai's insurance market. And in Europe, stocks were slightly lower in early trade as investors reacted to the U.S. Federal Reserve's decision to raise interest rates. Meanwhile, the European Central Bank and the Bank of England are both poised to announce monetary policy decisions shortly. For more, here is Daniel Koop, my colleague at the Frankfurt Stock Exchange. Good afternoon, Daniel. Thank you very much for coming through to us today.
Good afternoon to you, team. And before I start, I really would like to congratulate you and your team. I was just reading it, becoming again the TV station of Nigeria. It's really always for all of us here at DW a pleasure working with you. You're such a great team. So yeah, congratulations from all of us here at DW.
Thank you very much, Daniel. It's actually great working with you guys, and you guys out there are part of this winning team, and I'm proud to be part of the winning team. Well, let's get down to business. From Wednesday's US FOMC 0.25% rate hike to today's ECB and Bank of England rate decisions, how do investors and traders look to position and profit from these decisions and outlook for 2018?
Well, just a few minutes ago, actually, Jimmy, the Bank of England released a statement that they're going to stick with the interest rates at the level where they are right now of 0.5%. And we're actually not expecting any big surprises to be announced by Mario Draghi here in Frankfurt as well. And this is always kind of like a surreal scenario. I guess you can see it very well in the background. Investors here at the blue chip index DAX are being very careful today, because they really don't want to be surprised in a way that they didn't expect. But pretty much it's clear what's going to be announced. Interest rates here in the Eurozone are going to stick at this record low of 0%. Also, we don't expect any big announcement regarding the bond purchasing program. Investors have been asking for a long time already that this bond purchasing program would be stopped completely. During the last ECB meeting, though, Mario Draghi reduced the purchasing program from 60 billion euros a month to just 30 billion euros a month. That's going to start in January now, and the program was also extended until the fall of 2018. So yeah, it's going to be interesting what is going to be announced. Mostly investors will be looking very carefully at his words, how he is seeing pretty much in total the economy here of the Eurozone, because we are also close to this 2% inflation goal that the ECB was always setting. So yeah, many investors, many traders are asking for a change of this monetary policy. We don't expect this to happen today. Also, when you talk to investors, they are thinking that they don't even think that we have higher interest rates here next year in 2018. Some people think this could happen in 2019. This is going to be also the time when Mario Draghi will retire. So this could be pretty much his last job on the job.
Right, talking about the blue chip DAX there, looking behind you, is really not doing good at this time. In fact, the whole of today, looking from what I can see from there. Now, two big banks in Germany have released their outlook for the next year on how they think DAX will perform. Track the DAX 2017 performance for us and see if 2018 is going to deliver superior index returns.
Well, when we talk about 2017 was a pretty successful year for the blue chip index DAX. In total, we have seen shares going up here by 13%. It's the 6th year pretty much that the blue chip index DAX was gaining, and investors and also most of the banks are thinking that this is also going to be the same in 2017. Deutsche Bank is saying that they think the blue chip index DAX by the end of 2018 is going to be at a level of 14,100 points. Commerzbank is thinking a very similar. Just one bank, Helaba, this is the bank that is owned partially also by the state of Hessen, where we are located at the moment. They are a little bit more careful because we have to remember next year we have elections coming up in Italy, and Italy is also one of the countries in Europe with some very strong political parties who are very anti-European, who are not happy with the European Union at all. So this is the only bank that is kind of fearing that this could have a negative impact on the blue chip index DAX. But as I just said, most of the banks are seeing a very positive outlook also for 2018, Jimmy.
All right, let's talk about some corporate news there. Airbus has announced plans to reduce the production of the Airbus 380. That's the mega double-decker Airbus. Why is the A380 a struggling brand for Airbus?
Yeah, it's such a struggling brand for Airbus, Jimmy, because pretty much the problem of the Airbus 380, it's very big. It can carry up to 700 passengers. It's huge. It cannot even land at every airport, and this is kind of the problem. When Airbus was introducing the Airbus A380, it was thinking that many airlines would be very interested because it could carry that many passengers, but many airlines have been struggling really to get this plane full. Just the only airline that has pretty much have a really success story with the Airbus 380 is Emirates. They have 100 of this plane. Just when you compare it, for example, with German carrier Lufthansa, they only have 14, and they are struggling to get this plane always full. So yeah, Airbus has announced they don't want to stop the program of the A380, but they want to reduce massively the production. It used to be that Airbus was producing in 1 month up to 30 airplanes of this type. Now they want to cut this down to just 6 or 7 per year, pretty much. This is really quite a dramatic reduction. Good news at the same time also we are getting today from Airbus. They are not doing strong with the A380 with this big plane, but they're doing very well with the smaller version A380. A321. That's kind of a short-time, short-haul, mid-haul Airbus. There are rumors that Delta Airlines, the carrier from the United States, is considering to buy 100 of this plane. This would be an amount of about 12.7 billion of euros that Airbus would be receiving, and this would get them closer to their biggest rival, Boeing. So yeah, this is the latest business update here from Frankfurt. I'm sure you have lots of reasons today to celebrate. I wish I could join. I wish you a beautiful rest of the afternoon, Jimmy, to you and your team.
Thank you very much, Daniel. Yes, a lot of celebrations out here in the air. Well, let me let you go and track what the ECB, Draghi, and the BOE would have to say today, and we'll talk about that tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of the day.